She was a force of nature, an Olympic medalist who stormed into the UFC with a level of ferocity and dominance the sport had never seen before. From the moment she stepped onto the canvas, she wasn't just a fighter, she was a pop culture icon who shattered barriers and became the undeniable face of women's MMA. But her story isn't just about winning, it's about the brutal, public losses and the relentless fighting back from the toughest moments to forge a legacy in two completely different worlds. This is the complete evolution of a true legend, Ronda Rousey. In the early days, Ronda Rousey was simply untouchable. She was the first woman to be signed by the UFC, and she made her debut as the first ever UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion. Her signature armbar submission became a finishing move so terrifyingly efficient that her opponents would almost go into a state of panic the moment they hit the ground.
This is a gigantic cultural moment, Mike, and this is not just a moment for Ronda Rousey.
Black chunks to Rousey.
And she's on top. She's pinning that arm down right now.
Rousey.
Ronda's face is getting twisted sideways.
From her inaugural UFC title defense against Liz Carmouche to a record-setting 14-second finish of Kat Zingano, Rousey was a true phenom. She ran through a list of top contenders, including her bitter rival, Miesha Tate.
Title on the line.
Is getting taken down by Ronda. Well, certainly, look, Ronda Rousey is smart.
With a level of dominance that had people asking if she was the most unbeatable athlete in all of sports, male or female. Her fights didn't just last a few minutes. They were over in seconds, but their impact was felt all over the world. But at UFC 193, in front of a record-breaking crowd, the world watched as Ronda's undefeated streak came to a shocking and brutal end. In a fight that lasted less than 6 minutes, she was outstruck and then finished with a head kick from Holly Holm. The defeat was a monumental moment that changed everything. The public and media backlash was immense, and she later admitted in an interview with Ellen DeGeneres that she had contemplated suicide in the immediate aftermath of the loss. The mental and emotional toll of being an unstoppable force who was suddenly very beatable was immense. But that wasn't the end of her MMA story. A year later, she made her return at UFC 207 to challenge champion Amanda Nunes. The hope for a comeback was high, but the result was even more brutal. Ronda was stopped in just 48 seconds, and her time in the octagon was over. It was a tough, emotional end to an incredible fighting career, but it also became the beginning of a new chapter in a new form of fighting. After a long time away from the spotlight, Ronda made her shocking and powerful debut at the 2018 Royal Rumble. She was a natural. She had to learn a completely new style of performing, but she took to it with her signature intensity and a deep appreciation for the craft. She quickly adapted to the world of sports entertainment, winning the Raw Women's Championship in her first year and main eventing WrestleMania in a historic bout. Her athletic skill, combined with her legitimate fighting toughness, made her a sensation. She proved that her fighting spirit wasn't just for the octagon, it was for the squared circle as well. She was a dominant force, and fans embraced her incredible talent and fighting spirit in this new world. After a short hiatus, Ronda returned to WWE in 2022. While her first run was defined by explosive hype, this return was met with a very different public reaction. Fans and critics felt she lacked the same fire and seemed unmotivated at times. Her character was no longer the universally beloved hero. She embraced a more villainous persona. She eventually had her final emotional run with her close friend Shayna Baszler, which showed a deeper, more personal side of her wrestling journey. While her second stint didn't have the same universal acclaim as the first, it showed her commitment to the craft and allowed her to define her own path in the industry, even if it meant being a different kind of legend. Ronda Rousey's story is a powerful reminder that an athlete's legacy isn't just defined by their wins and losses, but by their ability to change and adapt. From the judo mat to the UFC octagon, to the bright lights of WWE, she became a legend by fighting through her toughest moments and reinventing herself in the spotlight. Her journey proves that even the most dominant of forces can be brought down, but their true power is shown in how they rise again. What's your favorite Ronda Rousey moment? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Combatant Cartel for more epic career retrospectives and combat sports analysis.